Hello, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner, head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How you guys doing? Beautiful, beautiful day in Miami. Went to the range this morning, just getting my skills fine-tuned. I love shooting at 100 yards, different firearms that I have, and I really enjoy it, guys. It makes me, helps me relax. But anyway, guys, we're going to talk today about why Teofimo Lopez is tailor-made for Subriel Matias. Why the statements that Chris Algieri made that Subriel Matias tailor-made for Teofimo Lopez should be reversed. All right? I think Teofimo Lopez is more tailor-made for Subriel Matias than the other way around, guys. And I'm going to talk about why I believe so. All right? First of all, as you all know, Lee Amparo apparently is no longer going to be the fighter that steps inside the ring against Subriel Matias. I believe that from the rumors that I heard, he outpriced himself. That is not going to be in the cards for Subriel Matias, and is definitely not going to be in Puerto Rico. So that plan is out the window, guys. I'm pretty sure there are negotiations right now going on. I know Eddie Hearn has spoken about Teofimo Lopez, begging Teofimo Lopez to actually face Subriel Matias, and I'm pretty sure that would be an extremely interesting fight for all you knowledgeable boxing fans. If it's in Madison Square Garden, the Big Apple, with all the Puerto Rican fan base there that Subriel Matias has, I'm pretty sure Teofimo Lopez has a lot of following there too. That would be one hell of a matchup. All right, but today we're going to talk why I believe Teofimo Lopez is tailor-made for Subriel Matias. And number one, we're going to discuss Teofimo Lopez's lack of footwork, all right? The way he walks in a linear fashion, forward and backward. He's constantly crossing his feet. If you have seen his fights in the past, and you're a person that actually notices flaws on fighters or is actually impressed by technique of some boxers, and you've been around boxers for a while, and you've been around the boxing game for a long while, you can actually admire or criticize the lack of fundamentals from fighters, or the abilities and IQ of boxers inside the ring. And one of the things that I've been watching about Teofimo Lopez, one of the things I've seen is that he constantly crossing his feet. He's constantly out of balance, right? When he's moving forward or moving backward, when he's trying to attack, his feet are crossing all the time, and he's constantly out of balance. So if you saw the fight against Jermaine Ortiz and you saw the fight against Sandor Martin, you can actually tell that two times that Teofimo Lopez was knocked down, he was completely out of balance, all right? Look at his feet, how he's moving forward. Sandor Martin moves to his right, throws a check hook, and Teofimo Lopez comes facing down, falling down against the ropes. So if you watch his feet as he's moving forward, you will see that Teofimo has no balance, all right? And that has happened in his two knockdowns against Sandor Martin. One of them was counted, the other one was not, unfairly by the referee. And if you watch him falling against the ropes, tumbling against the ropes against Jermaine Ortiz, as he's trying to catch up to Jermaine Ortiz, who's moving in an open stance around the ring, hitting and not getting hit, you'll see him without any punches, just falling forward on his face. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If he fights against Subriel Matias, and if Subriel Matias touches him with any of his fast combinations on the inside, and Teofimo Lopez out of balance, he's going to go down. All right, I don't think Teofimo Lopez has been hurt. Anytime when he's been hit, I believe the first time he fought Camboso was like the hardest punch he ever gotten hit with, and which he actually fell backwards, and that was crossing his feet while Camboso threw that overhand right and smacked him right in the mug. So footwork is one of the areas where Teofimo is lacking any type of fundamentals. All right. Number two, he doesn't know how to cut off the ring. Against Subriel Matias, I don't think he's gonna have to worry about that, because Subriel Matias is gonna be coming forward. All right. So is Teofimo a good fighter when he's moving forward? Is he a good fighter when he's moving backwards? All right, because you gotta be able to fight moving forward, fight moving backwards, moving laterally and fighting at the same time, and throwing combinations when you're balanced. All right, being able to move your head after certain punches are thrown, 2-3 punch combos, and then move your head out of the center line because your opponent is coming back with something. So the issue here is that I don't think I have seen too many fights where Teofimo Lopez is moving backward, is pushed back by a fighter. Matias, if you watch his fights, you can hardly ever see Matias go backwards. All right, Matias is always coming forward. Matias, that's his style of fighting. He is not someone who's gonna be moving around the ring too much. He's gonna be cutting off the ring, sometimes with his hands low, and he's gonna come straight for you. All right, he's gonna throw his arm punches, which I say gives him the advantage of throwing a lot of punches. If you see the amount of punches that Subriel Matias throws per round is close to 100 punches per round, guys. And I know I've heard some of your comments when you say that Subriel Matias is actually not rotating his torso or using torque in order to throw these combinations could be harder. That could be harder, and that is true. And that is what I teach my boxers. However, Subriel Matias' hands are so heavy, he doesn't need to do that in order to stop you, in order to hurt you. It's like I said before, it's like a hammer. Like if a hammer would just tap you, a big, one of these big rubber mallets, just tapping you and tapping you and tapping. That's what Subriel Matias has in his hands, a big rubber mallet, just constantly hitting you. And it hurts every time it hits you. And it doesn't have to be hard. Just after that tapping, on your arms, tapping you on your body, tapping you on the head. Even if you have a high guard and those punches are hitting your gloves and everything, it starts to hurt. And the issue with all the fighters that have fought Matias, as you know, after a while, they can't take that anymore. Another thing, Matias has never been really, really hurt. I think there was one time when the first time he fought Petros Anayan, he stayed on the ropes too long. He got hit with a couple of overhand shots, 3 or 4 shots. He didn't actually move his head or anything like that, and then he fell backwards against the ropes, and the referee back then counted that as a knockdown. All right, I don't agree with that, but anyway, it is what it is. Subriel Matias came afterwards, was able to rematch Petros Anayan, and you all know how that ended. Devastating knockout by Subriel Matias, and Petros Anayan quitting on his duel. All right. So now that his hand has been in therapy for a while, all right, they've been giving Subriel Matias therapy in Puerto Rico. They've been handling that injury he had before the Ergashev fight, and his hand looks like it's been going through a lot of exercise and therapy and different types of exercises to strengthen that hand. He's back at Mexico, in the mountains of Mexico, where his conditioning comes from. That's another thing. All right. Number 3, I believe that the amount of punches that Subriel Matias and his gas tank are something that Teofimo Lopez has never faced. He has never faced an opponent that throws so many punches, so many fast combinations. All right? When I tell you Subriel Matias, it throws a combination, it's 4, 5, 6 punch combos. And they're all hitting all parts of your body. So it doesn't matter if you have a high guard, it doesn't matter if you're moving your head, it's gonna hit you somewhere. And like I said before, that rubber mallet keeps on hitting you and hitting you until a point that you first of all, you can't hurt him. All right? You know, Teofimo Lopez hasn't had a knockout in a long time. All right? He hasn't knocked out anybody in 140 pounds. I don't remember the last, it's been years since he knocked someone out, and the person he knocked out wasn't even a highly ranked opponent. So, besides Comey, which was at 135 pounds. But after that, there has not been a quality opponent that Teofimo Lopez has actually knocked out. So does he have the power to knock out Subriel Matias? Does he have the power to knock him down? I believe so. I believe he could knock down Subriel Matias, out of balance Subriel Matias. He could knock him down. But just like Tito Trinidad, who got knocked down multiple times and got up and was able to knock out his opponent, I'm pretty sure Subriel Matias would do the same. Though I credit Subriel Matias with a granite chin, with somebody that can actually take a lot of punishment. He's improved a lot on his defense. That's something that concerned me about at the beginning, the punches he took. But if you watch some of his fights in slow motion, you'll be able to see that Subriel Matias is able to parry a lot of these punches and moving his head and blocking some of these punches, just slipping some of these punches. Yes, he gets hit. And like Chris Algieri was saying, oh, Subriel Matias gets hit. You know, he gets hit. Which fighter doesn't get hit? Did Chris Algieri get hit by Conor Benn? All right? I mean, I think he was out for a whole week. All right? Come on, man. Everybody gets hit in boxing. Now, the question is, does he get hit? Does he get hurt when he gets hit? Is he able to take the punches, you know, and continue moving forward and just brush them off like Subriel Matias does with all his opponents? Subriel Matias in the last 4 or 5 fights has taken a lot of punishment from some of these opponents that, you know, throw the kitchen sink at him in the first 2-3 rounds, and Subriel Matias is able to slip some of them, catch some on his arms, you know, he gets hit with some of them, but then he comes and he starts laying those gloves on you, and that's all she wrote. They all quit. So my point is, number one, Teofimo Lopez's footwork is really poor, out of balance constantly. He's never faced an opponent that can take punches like Subriel Matias. Teofimo Lopez has not knocked out anybody at 140 pounds. Does he have the power to knock down Subriel Matias? He might have. Does he have the power to put Subriel Matias away? I seriously doubt it. He hasn't knocked out anybody at 140. He hasn't knocked out anybody he hasn't knocked out anybody in years. All right? The next thing, can Teofimo Lopez take the relentless pressure from Subriel Matias? Can Teofimo Lopez fight off his back foot? Will Teofimo Lopez start circling the ring? All right? And those are red flags that you're going to see if Teofimo Lopez fights Subriel Matias. Those are red flags you're going to be able to notice if you're a knowledgeable boxing fan, you follow boxing for a long time. If you start seeing Teofimo Lopez move around the ring, that means he's hurt. That means he doesn't want to face Subriel Matias. And what did he say in his last fight against Jermaine Ortiz? He said, I want to fight somebody that comes here to fight. I'm not going to fight somebody that's coming here to run. So who better than Subriel Matias, who is a fighter that always shows up to fight, is always moving forward, is never backing away. I mean, that's a match made in heaven, guys. All right? And you know what they say, you know, be careful what you wish for. And right here, it's Eddie Hearn is willing to serve Subriel Matias on a silver platter for Teofimo Lopez. Now, will Teofimo Lopez bite? Will Bob Arum, who actually protected Teofimo Lopez and did not agree to a fight with Subriel Matias when there was a contract that were negotiating?
Teofimo, saludo papá, bendiciones campeón. Oye, siéntate a hablar con Top Rank y pregúntale por qué no quisieron garantizar mi pelea contigo. Por eso mi promotor tomó otros rumbos. Cuéntale eso a la gente. Habla claro, ¿tienes o no tienes miedo? ¿Quieres o no quieres pelear conmigo? Habla claro.
When there was a contract, there were negotiations between Top Rank and Subriel Matias. Why did Bob Arum not guarantee a fight with Teofimo Lopez? Is it the belief from Top Rank? Is it the belief from Bob Arum that he would put his golden boy, in jeopardy of losing and then not making all this money that he could make in future low-hanging fruit fights? All right? Or is it that Teofimo Lopez himself does not want to face Subriel Matias and he's just talking a lot of crap like he always does, constantly contradicting himself? All right, guys, so I want to know what you guys think. These are the reasons why I think that Teofimo Lopez is tailor-made for Subriel Matias, and the reason why I don't think that Teofimo Lopez will engage Subriel Matias. However, I heard the other day there was this interview of Teofimo Lopez promoter or his manager, I believe. I believe it was either her promoter or his manager. And he said, yes, Teofimo Lopez will eventually face Subriel Matias. All right? That's one of the fights he has to engage in. And his manager or promoter, I don't remember exactly what it was, basically repeated what Teofimo Lopez has said in the past. That's going to be a really easy fight for Teofimo. He wins easily. All right? So if it's such an easy fight, Teofimo, all right, such an easy fight for you to take another belt, to beat this man that has been growing in fan base worldwide, why don't you take the fight? Are you scared? Is Teofimo Lopez scared? And I'm going to say something right now. And this is my prediction. If they fight, Subriel Matias is going to put a beating on Teofimo so bad, he's going to send him to the hospital in a bad way. And you know what? And Teofimo Lopez is going to retire. Because I believe Teofimo Lopez is overrated, is an overrated fighter. You remember Prince Nassim Hamed when he fought Barrera? I always had that feeling that Prince Nassim Hamed was not as great as a lot of people thought. I always said, once this guy fights somebody like Barrera, a real Mexican warrior that comes forward and throws a lot of punches, that's going to be all she wrote. Remember what happened? I think he had one more fight after that, and then he retired. All right? Because that blueprint was out. The blueprint to beating Teofimo Lopez is out. Somebody like Subriel Matias does not need that blueprint. Doesn't need a blueprint for anybody. He'll just come forward like a tank. And there's two things you can do against a tank. You know, you better get an anti-tank type of weapon and shoot at it, or get the hell out of the way and lose. And that's the thing, man. This guy can cut off the ring. This guy has boxing abilities. Subriel Matias. He's very underrated by a lot of people. And I tell you what, he's going to prove a lot of naysayers wrong. And I just can't wait to see that fight. If it happens this year, that would be great. I'll go wherever it is. As long as it's not Saudi Arabia, it's here in the States, I will be there. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree that these are some of the reasons why Teofimo Lopez is tailor-made for Subriel Matias? Do you believe there are any other reasons why Subriel Matias can easily beat Teofimo Lopez? Or are you in disagreement and you believe that Teofimo Lopez has the upper hand And like I said before, hey man, this place, this channel is made for everybody. Doesn't matter what if you agree or disagree with my comments, you're all welcome here. And we all want just knowledgeable boxing fans just talking about the sport that we love so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy, saying hasta la vista. God bless you all, and peace.